Today, I have the pleasure of introducing you to the metabolic mental health concept. If you haven't heard of this before, I'm really honored to be the first one to introduce you to this magical new world. And I hope that we're going to achieve another thing today, and that is that we're going to achieve that you start critically thinking about mental health and mental health tools and mental health in general, and what is being offered as knowledge and as tools to you and to all of us in the world of mental health. Okay, I'm a bit controversial when it comes to this stuff, so bear with me, all right? My name is Aleksandra. I'm from Serbia, and I'm majoring in psychology. I'm about to become a psychologist and to have this official diploma, right? But I've been going through a very interesting healing journey of my own, very tough, but very interesting, in the last 15 years of my life. And I was trying to heal my body, but I was also trying to heal my mental health. So I thought that, as all of us are thinking, right, that these two things are kind of separate. They're kind of connected, but they're kind of separate, right? But I didn't know that, I didn't know about metabolic mental health, right? And I didn't understand how metabolism, how body, and how just in general, I didn't understand the importance of a healthy organ. And this is what we're going to be talking about today. Now I'm using all of this knowledge in my practice. I do, it's not an official practice yet, but I do have clients, as I am an HR manager as well. So I'm basically combining all of my knowledge when it comes to humans. I am obsessed and I'm in love with the human design that God made, and all the body, the soul, and the mind. They're all very intertwined and very connected. And if we heal one, everything else can heal. Today, we're going to start talking about our brain. Our brain is this super fine, super amazing, still kind of undiscovered organ. But it's an organ, right? We think of it as the powerhouse of our body. It's the computer, it has its own network, the nervous system, and it's connected with the entire body. And it kind of runs it, right? So your brain basically sends out information, but it's also very important that it collects information. So your brain knows. It's kind of like a micromanager, like a control freak. It wants to know what's going on with everything, with every cell, with every tissue, with every lab work, right? It's constantly running lab work in the background. And if your brain is okay, it can say, oh, okay, we're getting sugar and we're eating food. Our sugar is high. We're sending in the info to the pancreas. The pancreas is going to secrete insulin. Secrete a little bit more, please. Thank you very much. And the sugar goes into the cells. And the brain is happy because the brain did its work, right? And this is happening when the body is healthy and when the brain is healthy. But what happens when, for example, let's talk about your hand first, right? So your hand, you can use the power of thought to move your hand, right? Close, open. And I just think it and it happens. And I don't even have to formulate the whole sentence. It happens. It's so easy. It's that easy. It's how nature intended it to be. But the thing is, if your finger is broken or if there is no blood flow, right? Or if the nerve is pinched. You can think as much as you want, and you can send instructions with your thoughts to your hand. Your hand will not move, right? Because it is physically damaged, or it's malnutritioned, or whatever is going on, it cannot function. So same happens with your brain. Your brain, no matter how much we try to think positive thoughts, and no matter how much we try to use our willpower to fix our mental health, aka depression, anxiety, bipolar disorder, maybe not type 1, but others. If we're trying to fix the hypochondria or the OCD or any of the actually metabolically induced mental health disorders, we are just not successful at it, because the brain is in an overdrive, trying to save its life, right? Trying to save itself, trying to save the body. If you are insulin resistant, if your body is inflamed, if your gut-brain axis is going cuckoo, right? If your vagus nerve is alarming and saying, we're going through a lot of stress, the gut microbiome is sending me info that there's chaos going on around there, the brain is completely focused on healing your body first, right? So you can function, you can walk, you can run, especially if we're in a state of stress. We are just ruining our body with that. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry to say that. It's not, we have like good stress, but if we're in a chronic stress, we are literally ruining our body, and our brain is working overtime to save your body and to save itself. The brain itself functions, so it depends on the constant and uninterrupted, steady intake of the energy and of nutrition. So if you're having big spikes in insulin and sugar, and if your brain is running on sugar solely, right? Is that the word? If it's running on sugar only, it's getting these spikes and downs, ups and downs, and then your brain is not functioning properly, right? But if your brain and your body is in the state of ketosis, it is constantly and steadily sending energy to the brain so the brain can function properly. And then your brain is a healthy brain. Of course, we have other points there. Brain depends on oxygen. It depends on also electrolytes. And it depends, of course, on your body's capacity to keep it intact and to keep it safe. But these are probably the main points when it comes to mental health. When all of these things are okay, our brain is able to produce positive thoughts, and our brain is able to produce the willpower. When I say produce, what I mean is that there is this beautiful symphony of electricity, right? Of electrical charge that is going and connecting your brain with your hormones, with your entire body, with everything. So everything is in this gorgeous togetherness, creating one thought, okay? And your brain is also trying to figure out what emotions you're feeling, and then it's translating to you so you can understand what emotion you're feeling, right? You're not thinking this emotion, you're recognizing it in your body. So basically, your brain is this beautiful powerhouse that is working like overtime, right? To make sure that everything is running smoothly. But it also has this amazing, so many more amazing features and these are gifts that are making you able to think, feel emotion, create, imagine things, right? Actively think about things, and so on and so forth. And if your brain is healthy, it will be very happy to do all of these things. But if your brain is not getting a steady intake of the energy, right? A steady, if it's malnutritioned, if it's not getting enough, let's call it now fats. If you're not eating enough fat, if you are not getting enough oxygen, doesn't matter what's the reason. Sometimes the reason is only that you're hunched, and then your brain is not getting enough oxygen. If you are not getting enough electrolytes, and if your hormones and your gut microbiome are not supporting your brain, and if there is anything going on in your body, your brain is going to go into a completely different state and power different parts of itself. So when you try to produce a thought, right? When you generate thoughts, these thoughts are going to be crooked. Probably if you are insulin resistant or if you have hormonal imbalance, you will have a major difference in your energy throughout the day, in your willpower, motivation, focus, and all of this is going to affect your mental health, right? And the way you see yourself, and also you're going to have these dips, and these are dips that resemble depression, and you will also get the highs when you feel kind of manic, and all of these things produce different kinds of metabolically induced mental health issues or disorders. And this is something that I want you to start thinking about, and because it changed my life when I started thinking about my brain as an organ as well, right? We kind of take it for granted. We want ourselves to be very intelligent, and especially if we're very intelligent, we don't really take care of our brains, right? But we need to nurture it, and we need to take care of it like we do, like you take care of your hand, right? You even put some kind of like hand cream, you take care of your nails, you kind of keep your hands warm if it's cold outside. But we never think of our brains that way. We never think of feeding our brains. We think of feeding our skin, right? With collagen and anything that works, but we don't think about our brain. So start thinking about your brain as an organ, and I want you to use this video. If you're still watching, use this video and start having this critical point of view, right? Start thinking critically of all of the things that are being offered in the mental health community and industry and new age psychology and old age psychology, doesn't matter. But start thinking about it with a more focused lens, right? And think, does this make sense? That I know that my brain is also an organ, and it has to be healthy in order for me to have good mental health. Then does this make sense, right? Can you override the metabolic health? No, you cannot do that. With the power of thought, like I said, with your hand, if it's damaged, if there's something wrong going on there, you cannot override it with the power of thinking or manifesting. No, it doesn't work that way. Please, if you have any questions about any of this, please do leave them in the comments below. I will try to reply and or create a video as a reply to you or as a topic. If you find this interesting, we can go a lot deeper. We can go into the ins and outs, the science behind it all. And yeah, take care of your body, take care of your brain, because when your brain is healthy, guys, I mean, everything is easy. I don't know if you've ever played Tetris. Tetris is a game where you just put things, and like it's like a little logical game, right? Where you, and pattern recognition and all of that. It's very easy and very cute. So if your brain is healthy, mental health, working on your mental health and working on yourself in this area is like playing Tetris. If you are healthy, it's easy to have positive thoughts. It's easy to change your beliefs. It's easy to practice CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, that I do. It's easy to do all of these things. It's not like mission impossible like it is when your brain is unhealthy. Okay, I'm gonna leave you with that now. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it brought you something new. I hope you learned something. Thank you so much for watching again, and I hope to see you in the next video. In the meantime, God bless and stay healthy. Bye. Lots of love.